Welcome to this week's Uniquely You vlog. I'm Susan Bach, your business success strategist. I'm here once again to share you with some specific solutions, practical tools, and tips to help you have a business and a life you love. Yes, you can have both. Today I want to share with you a game-changing aha I had a few years ago that truly gave me the pathway to having a business and a life I love. Until a few years ago, I felt like my business was my life. Everything evolved around my business. And if I wasn't working on my business or in my business 24/7, I was worrying about it. I was truly owned by my business. I didn't own my business. I was owned by it. Distinct clarification. And then this is according to a Harvard Business Review survey that was conducted on entrepreneurs. Yes, as entrepreneurs, we are business owners. I love to refer to us as SheEOs because I work exclusively with women business owners. So yes, even if we are a solopreneur working out of a home, an office, a closet, a basement, we are a SheEO because we are a business owner. But in this study of Harvard Business Review conducted covering 60,000 combined hours of SheEOs work time, the finding was that on average they worked 9.7 hours a day. Now, more alarming was that 79% of their weekend days, they spend at least 2.5 hours each day on business. And here's the shocker of all, vacation time, 70% of their vacation time was work. I don't know about you, but when I started my business back in 2001, one of my biggest reasons for doing so is I wanted the freedom. Freedom to choose when I would work, who I would work with, the kind of work I would do. And obviously what I had was not freedom. It was the antithesis of that. So if you can relate to this, if this sounds familiar, if it feels like you're working for your business rather than your business working for you, and if you're working 24/7 nonstop, then keep listening because I have a solution for you today. We started our businesses because we wanted to have freedom, as I mentioned. For some of us, it also meant that we wanted to be able to have unlimited earning potential. We wanted to have control over our future, over our time and how we spent our time. I wanted to give up the freeway commute, which I was spending about an hour, hour and a half each day on the freeway for my corporate commute. And I traded that in for my hallway commute, which is about 2 minutes. You'd think that I would have much more freedom of my time. If I was saving an hour and a half on the day, each day on the freeway, I'd have more time to do what I wanted to do. Well, as it turns out, that time was very quickly gobbled up by my business. So talk about work-life balance, about having a business and a life you love. I decided it was time for me to take charge of my future, take control over my time and my business, and finally find the freedom to live my life the way that I wanted to live it. So here's step number 1, and that is to identify what's truly important to you. What's important to you in your life, in your business? Start by identifying what's truly meaningful. Now, for me, aside from my business, my answers included my husband, physical, mental, and spiritual health and well-being, relationships, and the opportunity to learn new skills. I am a lifelong learner, forever a student, and it's just so important to me to have time to be able to learn new skills, to develop abilities, to do the reading, to study the latest trends. I just love that. Those are the things that were important to me. Identifying what's truly important to you can help you reprioritize, that's a big word, reprioritize and take the time for what really is important for you. Now, before letting go of that 24/7 mindset, I was feeling that my business controlled everything. Every decision I made in my life was around my business. That included weekends. It was such a grind. It was just not fun. And I knew that I was on the fast track for a very ugly burnout. I had so compromised my dream business that I really just didn't even want to do it any longer. That wasn't what I wanted when I started my business. So after identifying what was truly important to me, the next step is, the second suggestion is then to block off time. Now, I blocked off Mondays and Fridays. I reserved those 2 days for admin work, creative development, kind of behind the scenes work. I did not book client appointments any longer on Mondays and Fridays. So Mondays and Fridays were for me to work in my business, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was working with clients. That system worked well for me. Now, again, this happened gradually over time. It was over actually a few months that I integrated this new calendaring system. And now I would not give it up. It has worked so well for me. The added bonus on Fridays and Mondays is that's also when I can meet friends and colleagues for coffee or go out to lunch and not feel guilty or like that I'm abandoning or leaving something unattended, because I have blocked my time accordingly. That's part of being, I think, a CEO, is taking responsibility and ownership of how we spend our time. And after that was working so well for me, I took it one step further. And I blocked off every morning before 10 a.m. for me, for my workout, for my mental and spiritual health, physical as well, obviously, and to have time to sit on the patio every morning with a cup of coffee and savor the day. Savor the universe, savor the life that I get to enjoy every single day. Additionally, I stopped working weekends, with a rare exception. But for the most part, weekends are now sacred. They're sacred for my husband and for my own personal time. Don't laugh at me or think I'm crazy, but I'm one of those people who love to clean. I want time to be able to do what I love to do. And for me, that includes cleaning, because it gives me immediate gratification. I can see immediate results, which is awesome, and a sense of fulfillment, which is very important to me. I didn't realize just how much I was denying myself enjoying that sense of fulfillment and well-being, because I was feeling so rushed to get the house clean, to do what I felt had to be done. So now weekends are basically my time, and also with my husband. We are avid moviegoers, so we love to go to movies. We like to go out to lunch. We might go to a new mall or a new event, an outside venue. That's our time. So weekends now are pretty much sacred for my husband, for myself, for the privilege of honoring what is important to me. That was one of the other distinctions too that I made, is that having a business was no longer a privilege for me. It had become such a problem. Well, now I'm back to saying that it's a privilege to have a business and a life I love. Granted, I work for both and I'm very protective of both, but I do have a business and a life I love. So, first of all, find out what's really important to you. Take the time to go within, to be introspective, reflective, get really honest with yourself about what's most important to you. And then block off time on your calendar. I love to have it now color-coded. I've just probably gone over the top with this, but everything is color-coded on my calendar. So I know what's creative time, what's me time, what's workout time, health time, money-making time. Be very circumspect about how you spend your time. Set it up and then honor what you've created. So let's be real. Your business can't thrive if you don't thrive. That's my message for you today, is I want you to thrive. And when you do, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, your business will thrive because you are your business and your business is you. So ask yourself, what's important to you? And are you willing to block off time each day to honor what's important to you, to savor it, to enjoy it? What are your goals for your business, for your personal life? And are those goals aligned? Are they working in tandem? What action can you take to align and achieve the goals so that it requires less effort and seems more effortless? I want to wrap this up with this question today. What advice, what input, what suggestion do you have for CEOs, women entrepreneurs like you, to have work-life balance, to have a business and a life they love? What's working for you? Please share those tips, those suggestions. Now, if you're watching this on one of the social media platforms, please hop on over to Susan Bock, that's SUSAN, B as in boy, OCK.com. Be sure to download your copy of Attract More Clients Now checklist. Regardless of the stage of your business growth, you will find very specific actionable steps that you can take, easy to implement, to start attracting more of your ideal dream clients. And when you're there, please leave a comment. Go to my blog page, share what you do to achieve work-life balance. And with that, I will close this episode by saying this. Yes, you can have a business and a life you love. You deserve it. And yes, you can make it happen. So thanks for tuning in. Until next week, this is Susan Bock, your business success strategist.